Hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you all. And welcome to another day in Azeroth. Thank you guys very much for being here. I hope everybody is doing well today. We are going to do some questing in Feralus. Have a little bit of a run to make to get ourselves out to Feathermoon Stronghold. Tawin, Felix, Mitosh, Sven, Patrick, Anthony, welcome guys. Thanks for being here today. I think we could take the road, like most of the way, if I can find the road. Okay, or we can get dazed. Alright, double checking that I have my Heart of the Lion buff on today, because apparently there were multiple days where maybe I didn't have this buff. So if I die, you guys have to tell me to reapply this buff. And if this is any indication of how the day's gonna go, I'm gonna die at least several times. Now I do have myself in the queue for Zul'Farrak. So we'll see if we can just get an invite. I'd like to get into some questing. So I wouldn't mind if this took a while. And since there are no tanks in Sod, it's bound to take a little while. But we'll see if at some point today we can just get invited to a group that's already forming up. But no rush on that. No rush, we have time. Karen, good evening to you and welcome to the stream. Yeah, I'll probably be streaming a little bit more frequently the next couple weeks. Mainly because all I really want to do is play Sod. And yeah. It just is a little bit more interesting to stream it. I'm going to continue the Paladin series as a leveling series. But we're probably going to spend more time hanging out on stream. I think I have to go... I think the trick is that we have to go around this log to avoid the Horde town. I think that's the trick. How have I been enjoying the Melee Hunter? It's been a ton of fun. It's definitely one of the most interesting specs, one of the funnest specs that I've played in maybe any version of the game. And we've played a lot of fun specs. Yeah, it's been really cool. Now we do have this quest here for Screecher Spirits. We picked this up at Steamweedle Port. And we can do that on the way. This one up here, Freedom for All Creatures. We're at level to do this. It's one of the higher level quests in the zone. So we have to free a bunch of fairy dragons, and then we have to kill a bunch of Tauren. My bags are full. You know, we're gonna hold off on this because yeah, I didn't do a great job at emptying my bags. So let's get ourselves over to Feathermoon Stronghold. We'll do the low level stuff first and we'll just kind of work our way up. There's a lot of mob density surrounding this quest too, so probably better just to wait on it. So we need to empty our bags. I did train. I took myself to Darnassus this morning, earlier, and I trained. The only thing we got out of that for our build, we got another rank of Mongoose Bite, which is probably pretty big, and we got another rank of Immolation Trap. And I trained everything, but a lot of the stuff that you train is for Ranged Hunter, and we don't need any of that stuff. Can I show my talents? Yeah, I can show the talents. The talents, like, keep in mind, in Season of Discovery, the talents are a very small part of what's creating your build. What's creating your build is primarily what runes you're using. And honestly, the talents are just kind of a smaller part of that, in most cases. Obviously, we get a big ability here. This is pretty big for us. So we're mostly survival, and then we're starting to go a little bit into marksmanship to pick up some crit. And that's basically it. Let's grab these guys, wherever we can find them. Dante, happy Monday to you as well, buddy. Welcome to the stream. One of these days I'll have to train skinning. It's been like weeks. I've been capped out at 225 for like 3 weeks. One of these days. Oh, and speaking of skinning, I can't skin these guys. I have to use the item on them first. And then I have to talk to their spirit. And then after I do that, maybe I can skin them. But yeah, I definitely should not be skinning these guys right away. That was really silly. But should have been totally expected of me. These guys are kind of infrequent. Parkow, good evening to you and welcome. No aspect of the monkey, we got it. Yeah, I just now got it. Probably right as you said that. You probably put the idea into my head, so thank you for that. Dustin, good afternoon and welcome to the stream. What was that? Oh, he must have been chasing somebody. Okay, so I have to use the item. And then I have to click the spirits. Then I can skin. And I can fail. I can fail because I haven't been able to get any skill ups because I've been capped out for an eternity. And oh god. This person is not having a lot of luck. Where did they find level 54 hyenas? Oh, they must have been around Dire Mall. Oh, and they're also going after the same mobs that I'm going after. Okay then, I guess we are going to go the other way. And see, now we're running into stuff that we just can't skin at all. So I'm not gonna worry about skinning until we can get it trained up. I doubt there are any trainers anywhere nearby. We probably would have to go all the way back to Darnassus to train. This might be a ZF group. It looks like possibly, maybe... That looks good. That looks good. Let's get this last guy, and then we need to think about being really late for this dungeon run. I didn't do anything smart with my Hearthstone, so my Hearthstone probably should be set in Gadgekstan, but I didn't set it in Gadgekstan. So let's kill this guy, and then we gotta quickly get out to the island so we can hop on a flight point. We're not too far away. It's the swim across the gulf that's gonna take up most of the time. Unless we happen to catch the boat. The boat takes so long, no matter what, I'm probably not taking the boat. The boat has to circle the entire island, and it just takes so much time for the boat to get there. It's not even worth it. Martin, good afternoon to you, and welcome to the stream, and thanks for being here. Yeah, you can buy all the runes now at level 1 right away for 1 copper each. And that's really cool. That's part of what pulled me back into SOD. Was the fact that I could make the build that I wanted to make right away, that I didn't have to wait till I was in the 20s or 30s or 40s to make the melee hunter that I wanted. I was able to put the build together basically right away. And that is really cool. Yeah, we're just gonna swim this. See, we're still looking for a tank. We have a druid and a warrior, and we're still struggling to find a tank. What's the problem? What's the problem? Why does no one tank in SOD? Because, like, there are so many classes that can tank in SOD. You would think there would be too many tanks. But we can never find tanks. Nobody will do it. It's really nuts. And I can't figure out what the problem is. There's always healers. There's obviously, like, always DPS. But we can't find tanks. I don't know. I mean, to be fair, I don't really want to tank either. To be fair. But on this character, I just absolutely can't tank. I'll probably tank on my paladin. I think my paladin's going to end up having to be a tank. How happy was I with the Lions this season? I've been really happy for the past couple seasons. I was, you know, I saw when they started to turn around like 3 seasons ago, they started to have their turnaround at the end of the year. So not only did I enjoy this last year where they were very successful, I've enjoyed the last 3 years of pretty good Lions football. It's a good time. Oh my god, I got turned around. Guys, don't talk to me when I'm trying to swim in straight lines, okay? Don't talk to me when I'm trying to swim in a straight line. I got completely turned around. I've been having this issue with my mouse where occasionally, and you guys have probably seen this, my camera viewpoint will flip to like directly below me. I'm worried that my Logitech G600 mouse is gonna die soon because of this, and so when that happens, I just lose my orientation completely. And yeah, I'm really sad because I'm gonna have to find a replacement mouse for my G600, which they don't make anymore. And I looked at a Corsair. I found a Corsair that was pretty close to the G600. I've been using this mouse for like 8 years, so at this point, like any other mouse is gonna feel very strange. Not looking forward to it. No talking to the streamer, just not while I'm trying to swim in a straight line. Yeah, don't distract me. Get me talking about football. And also, we can't talk about football during off season. That's gotta be like a channel rule, because we talk about football quite a bit when it's actually NFL season. So when it's not NFL season, we just can't talk about it. Yeah, not only can I not play without side buttons, I need all 12 side buttons that I currently have, and I need them to be in the same exact spot. Zandalar will drop in 50 seconds. Okay, I don't think I'm anywhere where I'm going to get a world buff, unfortunately. Sad. Indirect Jet, good morning to you. Welcome to the stream. We still can't find a tank anyway. I could swim back and forth between the islands all day. We still might not find a tank. Oh boy. Boy, oh boy. So do I even want to fly directly back? I don't think I'm going to fly back yet. I think I'm going to take some quests here, and there's a couple of quests we can do really close by. And I think we're going to do those quests, and when we get a tank, then I'll jump on a flight point, but I am not going to go stand around and wait for this mythical creature called a sod tank. I'm not going to do it. You rarely ever see them in the wild, so... Which dungeon? We're trying to do Zul'Farrak. This is good old ZF. I don't know if I want to set my Hearthstone here, but I need to sell and I need to get better food. Ooh, we got a 14 slot backpack. Oh my god, when did I find this? Guys, I looted a 14 slot backpack, and that's important because my bags are only 10 slot bags. This character is not as well kitted out as the Paladin is. So that's a huge find. I don't know when I got that. It must have been yesterday. I just didn't notice. I blame you guys. You guys didn't notice either. I just kind of have to sell like everything. I really can't afford to hold on. I'll try to hold on to the bag for like a bank bag, but I just can't afford to hold on to stuff. I'm gonna sell the level 35 bread in favor of some level 45 food, like this right here, homemade cherry pie. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Agility stam. These are an upgrade. It's very slight. Well, no, we go from having strength to having stam. I think we need the stam very badly. We are very low HP. There we go. And we'll sell the old ones. I think we can sell the old Sword of the Magistrate. I don't think we need that anymore. We're probably not going to use it. Okay. Oh, I also have these buff items. Oh, look at that. We have a tank. Cool, cool, cool. I have these buff items that give us stamina for 1 hour. We picked these up near one of the Argent vendors outside the auction house in Stormwind. And apparently you can just go there and pick them up. And you get 3 of them and they last for an hour. I don't know how much they boost our stam by. Let's find out. It's a significant chunk. Yeah, they gave us a chunk. Alright, we got a 5-minute flight apparently, so let's get going. Let's see, South Seas, this guy is in the Merchant Coast, this guy is on Theramore. We're not going to be the first people there, but I don't think we're going to be the last people there either. We should be okay. I'm really curious to see how our damage compares. to other classes. That's been like the one bummer about not doing a lot of leveling dungeons, is I haven't been able to see like how we compare to other classes as we level up. So we got a warrior tank. I wonder if this is a feral druid. And I'm assuming this might be the healer. I'm assuming priest is healer and druid is DPS. So it'll be interesting to see how we do stacked up against these classes. Looks like nobody's got the mallet. That's okay. I think I dropped the Godzilla quest anyway, and I never picked it back up. Nobody's got the mallet. Every once in a while, someone will have it. So the only real loot we're hoping for is we're hoping to get a couple of one-hand swords. Unfortunately, I haven't seen these swords drop since Season of Mastery. And we need 2 of them. One of them drops off Antasul, which I think is the first boss. Sangthraz. I can't say that at all. Sangthraz. Is that how you'd say that? Sangthraze, the Deflector. And then we have to get its brother sword. Sister sword? I don't know. If they're male or female, nobody's checked recently. The Protector. If we combine these 2 swords, we get an amazing, epic, 2-handed sword. And if we can get that item, I think I used that on my Arms Warrior in Season of Mastery until level 60. I think I used it the entire way to 60 after that. Uldaman has a good melee hunter weapon, does it? We kind of skipped Uldaman because of, you know, people just not really doing a lot of leveling dungeons. I feel like we kind of skipped Uldaman. Yeah. We're almost like out of its level range. Yeah, I don't know. I wish they would put the automated tool into the game so that I could do more dungeons. It takes so long to get a group together, and then you have to do so much traveling that it's a hard choice to make, to say, like, I'm gonna stop all my progress and go do a dungeon where I may or may not get any upgrades. It's almost worth it just to keep leveling. If they added the dungeon finder, then we can just queue up while we level, we can just go do the dungeon, we could teleport back out, keep questing, and then it would just feel nice and fluid to occasionally break up the questing with a dungeon here and there. Maybe they'll consider adding that in the future. That would be swell. Yeah, but this isn't classic. This is Season of Discovery. Is a warlock tank the classic experience? No. Is a melee hunter without a pet the classic experience? No. And so I don't see that anybody who plays SOD in like SOD would be upset that they added the automated dungeon finder to SOD. Because SOD has nothing to do with whether or not it feels classic. SOD looks classic, but it doesn't really play strictly classic, and it doesn't really feel strictly classic, because a lot of things have been changed. That's the whole point of SOD is changes. You know, obviously I would never want the automated group finder in Classic Era or TBC. I want it in Wrath, because that's where it belongs. But yeah, in SOD, of course I want the automated group finder. I just want to get teleported to and from the dungeon. Because I would like to do more dungeons, and I'm sure lots of people would. Oh, see, they're talking about the one-handed swords in party chat. They have a 1% drop rate each. How did I get these items in Season of Mastery? It was great, because they just dropped for me. I just got both the swords. Like, it's not like I grinded for them. I didn't even know about the swords before my warrior got them. And that was when I learned about them. But apparently, they just said they had a 1% drop rate, so we probably won't see the swords. Be highly unlikely, apparently, to see them. Apparently, we can kill the boss 99 times... and still never see the item. Alright, we got our buffs. We need Monkey Stance. No, that's Cheetah. There we go. Monkey Stance is up. And we're going right in. I mean, I feel like we're doing okay. And it was a druid healer, guys. It was a druid healer and a priest DPSing. Which was not at all what I expected. Not at all what I expected. Oh, you know what? I don't need Monkey. I don't need Monkey, because all Monkey gives me is dodge, and I shouldn't be taking a lot of hits, and I have a healer. So what I really want is, I really want Viper, right? Yeah, I think I screwed myself a little bit there. I think I just want to stay in Viper. Because I'm going to have infinite mana if I stay in Viper. Yeah, I'm going to do that way. Yep. Am I a music guy? Not really. I have some artists that I like, but I'm not someone who's like really into music and super interested in music, and no, video games are definitely my jam. I would like a melee stance that adds a little bit of cleave damage. I don't know how to make that work, but I want a melee stance that maybe adds a little bit of agility and then adds a little bit of melee cleave. So the one thing we don't really have with this build is we don't really have AoE. Even if I were to use Carve, I don't think that would be better. But if we just had a stance where we had some passive cleave, 50% weapon damage, passive cleave, that could be cool. You get a melee stance at 60. Really? What does it do? Interesting. That's cool. Yeah, I don't know anything about the abilities that we get that might be different than the runes I already have. Because we got all the runes at level 1. So maybe it's just an ability they added? I guess we'll find out eventually. It gives like 140 melee attack power. Oh, that's cool. Just more attack power. It would be nice to have. That being said, I mean, Viper is really strong, obviously, because Viper stance basically negates our mana. Like, we just might as well not have mana. So we're just constantly regenerating it, so... But then again, you could stance. Like, you could stay in the melee stance, burn all your mana, and then you flip over to Viper, then you get your mana back, then you flip back to the melee stance. You know, that would probably be the way to do it. It's an aspect book in Winter Spring. Well, we will be going to Winter Spring eventually. Definitely going to be doing some questing there. You do have to be 60 to get it. That's fine. It's cool to have something to look forward to. I think that's a good time to feign death. I'm not really sure how we got so much aggro, maybe just from that explosion trap that I dropped. Speaking of explosion trap, let's go ahead and pop another one out. Just tab target would work a little better. Got a couple of greens here. Plate with stamina, and then an offhand with agility and spirits. We still haven't looted any of the troll tempers we need. I wonder if I forgot to loot some, or if we just haven't been finding any. Regal Armor of the Owl. That's cool looking. I wish I could have that for transmog. It's an awesome tunic. There's some troll temper. I guess we're fighting over here and I'm just lollygagging. Lots of lollygagging. That's one thing I wish I had. I wish I had a distance closer. I wish I had the grappling hook to close the distance. That would be really fun. I would almost rather have the distance closer than an interrupt. We need both of those things. We need an interrupt. But if I had to pick one or the other, I would pick the distance closer. Yeah, we're doing okay on DPS. When we don't show up 5 or 6 seconds too late to the pull, because the warriors get there much faster than us because of charge, when we actually get into the pull soon, then we do okay. A lot of the problem is the pull starts like way before we get there. That's the biggest issue. And we really only have single target damage. We don't really have any AoE. We have a explosive trap, but I don't think that does a ton of damage. Well, we got 4 out of 5. It's close. Yeah, we're doing explosive trap, but whenever we have more than like 2 enemies, I'm dropping it down. It's definitely more damage than immolation trap, but I don't think it really competes with other classes' AoE. But we do a ton of single target, so I'm okay with it. Oh my god, it dropped. Ah, that's 1 of 2. That is 1 of 2. Now, we're not going to be the only person that needs on this. Because we got 2 warriors in the group that also would love to make the two-handed epic. But, oh, we did win it, guys. We won the item. Hunter World's need. I can't. Look at my current equipment. I'm obviously trying to make the two-hander. Hunter rolls need. I can't. Stupid. Of course I'm gonna roll need on it. Like, look at my weapon. I'm currently wearing a two-handed sword. Yeah, maybe. Maybe, but it's purple. That'll make him happy. I'll give him a bunch of smileys, too. There we go. I'm sure he appreciates that. Yeah, you know, I guess, to be fair, oh, we're popping lots of stuff. To be fair, I probably has strength on it, right? He says, you are just dumb as fuck. Perhaps. Can I get us kicked from this group? Maybe. Maybe. Kick him or I grief us. Wow. Kick him or I grief us. Let's see what the group decides to do. Are they gonna give in to his threats? I said, guys, don't negotiate with terrorists. They shouldn't let this guy terrorize them. They're not mad, just the one guy. It's just the one warrior that's mad, that's all. Nobody else gives a shit. Nobody else even cares. And I was kind of just gently messing with him. Obviously, you know, I've been prodding him a little bit with some gentle humor. So that'll piss off most WoW players. You prod them a bit, you know, just with some gentle humor. They don't typically like it. Now he's gonna grief us. Cause that's what you do. I'm gonna greed on these. Yeah, he wants to grieve because he didn't get his way. He didn't. It's worse because like he didn't get his way twice. He didn't get his way when he didn't get the sword, and he didn't get his way when he told them to kick me. So now he's going to be unhinged because now he's someone that didn't get his way twice in a row. Now the other group members are giving him shit. They said, "Can't even wipe us properly. Saved you, you dickhead." Now the other members are just normal people, so they clearly recognize this person as a toxic a-hole, and they're obviously just aligned against him. Now they're making fun of him too. This guy's gonna have a really rough day. He's having a tough time. Okay, well, I mean, obviously, like, firstly, I gotta put this guy on my ignore list. So, let me take care of that. It was fun, though. Totally worth it. There we go. Ignore player. Okay. Ooh, he lost everything. He lost it all. He lost his mind. He lost it all. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I prodded him a little bit. I was just making fun of the situation, and he didn't like that. The wound was too fresh. You know, he pointed out that it wasn't really a great hunter weapon. I kind of LOL'd him and said, hey, at least it's purple. And, you know, I was kind of joking with that, obviously, but, like, he didn't take it as a joke, so... He got his posterior hurt. Very, very, very bruised. Possibly some bleeding. And that got worse when he wanted to kick me and nobody else wanted to kick me. Now, for some reason, like, he's still in the group. Is he the group lead? Is that the problem? He's not the group lead. Maybe I shouldn't have blocked him prematurely, because maybe we're missing conversation. Let's remove them from the list so we can see, like, any goings on. There we go. Oh, now everyone else is dropping. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna hang out until I get kicked or the party is totally gone. Oh, we can't initiate a kick. It's not a version of the game where that kind of thing is allowed. The group leader would have to kick. We'll go ahead and I don't know. Yeah, there we go. He's gone. He's gone. Well, we'll hang out and see if we reform or not. I don't really care either way. We can go kill turtles or something in the meantime, and we might have some quests to do here too. Yeah, we've mostly reformed. What a baby. Yeah. Man. It's like so easy just to push someone over the edge. Why is he like that? It's so easy. I don't know. Sword 1 of 2. Now we just gotta get the other one. He had a bad day at school. Yeah. Possibly. It looks much cooler once it's made into a two-handed weapon. Oh, he asked me, do I actually have any need for the sword? Yeah, yeah, I definitely plan on making the epic. Yeah, if you need something if you're going to use something, you roll need on it. It's easy. All right. I mean, yeah. Do we want to just hang out? Do we want to go do something? I mean, obviously we're back in the situation where we're looking for a tank again. That could take any amount of time, and we should probably reset the run. Should probably get a tank and reset the instance. It'd probably be easier to get a tank if it was a fresh run. We could probably go do caterpillar parts, centipar insect parts. Could probably go do that. That would be okay. And you know, I actually don't know what stats that two-hander has on it. I'm assuming it has strength and stamina, but now I look at the one-handed weapon, And the one-hander doesn't have strength or stamina on it. The one-hander actually has chance to parry. So I'm not sure what the overall stats are even going to be. And this one doesn't have stats either. This has like a damage shield effect. And neither of them have stats. Oh shit, I didn't know Atlas Loot did that. Oh yeah, this is right. No, this is no, this is not just a warrior sword. No. This has no strength on it at all. And that would be like the only way I would say that this would be much better for a warrior than it would be for a two-hander hunter setup is if it had strength on it. This lowers the target's strength and deals shadow damage. That's gonna be great for us. Like, it's fine. It's still gonna be good. It's still gonna be good. In Sod, it has strength and stam. Oh. Well, I blame Atlas Loot. You think they would up... am I not on the right tab in Atlas Loot? Is that the problem? Do I have a different... oh, I don't have anything different for, like, categories. I would love to see an Atlas that was updated for Sod. That'd be useful. Of course, I kill one insect and we have a full group. This guy's in Ratchet. He's in Ratchet. He's gonna be a minute before he gets here anyway. Maybe we should reset, you know, I don't know if they'll reset. Technically we killed one boss. If we reset, at least I can't steal the sword from somebody twice. We'll have to find another way to enrage this tank. It probably won't be hard. Yeah. There it is. There's all that strength. Yeah, I don't really need the strength. Agility would be better. Chance on hit. It still has the same chance on hit, which would still be good. Shadow damage with additional damage over time is really strong. But what it means is, like, there might be something better for me. This is still going to be good. But yeah, to be fair, with the strength... But look how cool it looks. With the strength, there's probably something better out there for me. That's probably not it. The weapon is terrible for anyone. It's more of a cosmetic item. I really want it because it looks really cool. Yeah. That's one of the biggest reasons why I want it. It's an epic and it looks cool. So, yeah, I'm not upset about taking it. I'll take the other one too. We will make the crappy epic, even if we immediately find a blue pole arm that's better for us. These guys are kicking my butt. I remember these guys kicking my butt on the Paladin too. So I guess I shouldn't be, like, very surprised. I have food somewhere. I have a bunch of food. Let's get the food out. This guy is maybe in flight still. It looks like he's in flight. Either that or he's swimming down the coast. I'm not sure. He's moving pretty fast to be swimming. We'll kill one more and then we'll head back to the dungeon. Because we really don't want to be fighting these guys right now anyway. These guys are really tough. Yeah, my paladin already has a Kang, so if my pally has a Kang, then I probably don't need to worry about making the sword on my pally too. But it's so amazing. I mean, but without transmog, like, it doesn't matter. Unless you're gonna actually wear it. I don't have aspects up. Thank you, Nicholas. I appreciate that. Yeah, you're right. I don't have my buff. The most important thing is I don't have Heart of the Lion up. I'll get that up as soon as we get into the dungeon, but I definitely would have forgotten it without the reminder. Because I forgot like all day yesterday, and possibly all day the day before. Yeah. Oh, Felix, you reminded me too. See, I'm so bad sometimes at like seeing the callouts. Especially if I'm like thinking about something. Thank you guys for trying to remind me. I'm sure people tried to remind me yesterday and the day before too, and I just didn't see it. Oh, look at this. Somebody put out a sleeping bag. Do you guys remember the sleeping bag quest? You remember the jumping puzzle at the end of it that drove me insane? Are we actually benefiting from this? I don't think so. I don't think that we are benefiting from this. Does this not work anymore? Am I just not understanding how this works? It takes 3 minutes. Oh man, I don't have 3 minutes to lay here. I don't have that much time to lay here. Who has that kind of time? The Yak, thanks for being here and checking out the stream. I appreciate it. I mean, I feel like we only killed one boss. We should just reset it. Especially pulling in a new tank. I feel like it's rude to pull a tank in when we've killed the first boss. He didn't get to loot. I feel like, yeah, I think we're resetting, so that's good. But make a shirt that says, but it's purple! But it's purple! Purple and a hunter weapon, obviously. Oh, we gotta all be out. Okay, not all of us were out. I like ... but it's purple! Exclamation point. Looks like we're good to go. Alright, Zul'Farrak, take 2. This time I will be less of a ninja. Unless the sword drops off the last boss, and then I'll definitely be taking that one. Obviously, now I have to. don't have my buffs up. Oh, there we go. They're up now. We got there. Well, we got our last scarab shell. That's nice. What's this guy doing way back here? How did they get back here? Looks like we're doing a little bit of line of sight here. It's very classic of us. Yeah, this paladin's crushing it. Absolutely. And they're dealing a ton of damage while doing it. I feel like paladin tanks are overpowered. Will I do Maradon? If we have the opportunity, I will. You know, at some point I'll probably go into the queue for it. If we get a group, that would be great. But it's been kind of hard to find groups for the leveling dungeons. We'll probably be able to get into more groups once we're doing stuff like Blackrock Depths and the upper and lower Blackrock Spires. Like, we'll probably get into stuff like that a little bit easier, I would think. Mitosh, that's amazing. I like that we just talked about that yesterday, how the devs had kind of acknowledged that the invasions were not great content, and I wondered to myself, out loud, actually, to you guys, I wondered why would they leave them in the game if they were acknowledging that they're not great content. So, like, the fact that they're planning to take them out, it makes me feel really good. Yeah, because, like, if they've flat out admitted, like, this did not work out well, we don't really like them, then, yeah, get rid of them. You either have to make them better, or get rid of them, so it's great to see that they're getting rid of them. And yeah, I think that will absolutely lead players to doing more dungeons. Yep, that's going to be really good. Now, if they could pair that with releasing the automated dungeon tool into the game, then people would do so many dungeons your head would spin. Because, yeah, there are people who like to level up just primarily by doing dungeons, you know? It'd be cool to have days where you just run around and collect herbs or run around and collect ore, and you just, like, sit in the queue as a DPS, and then every 15 minutes you get into a dungeon. Like, that's fun sometimes, too. But it's a step in the right direction. Yeah, getting rid of those incursions or invasions, like, that's... the invasions are annoying. If they add content to the game, if they want to add content, they should think about, like, adding quest hubs, adding 5-man dungeons, like, adding stuff to the game that can be evergreen, that people can enjoy forever. That's the kind of stuff they should be spending their development time on. Add some new quest hubs, add some new quest chains. And go into those underused zones like Swamp of Sorrows, like Badlands, like all the zones that only have a handful of quests, and start building out new quest lines for those zones. Like start slowly building a Classic Plus, like with evergreen content that's always going to be there for people to play. That's what I would do. But you know, what do I know? The gear is so good you feel like you have to do them. Yeah, exactly. Anytime that's the case, you can tell there's a design problem. Anytime your only motivator for doing content is that the gear is so good that you feel like you have to do it, that's bad. The reward should be good, but you should also want to do it because it's fun. You know, that fun should be a motivator. Guys, I don't have a neck piece. Did anybody roll on that? I gotta roll. I said I wasn't gonna ninja any more loot. Maybe I didn't win it. No, wait. I think I did win it. Take all the loot. I don't think I won it. It's not in my bags. Oh, there we go. I got it. I rolled a 100. I rolled a 100 for it, so, you know, that's my 100 roll. Have I looked into what's going on in the phase? I have not. I haven't... I've been kind of on a blackout for, like, WoW news. There used to be a couple of channels that I would check every other day for, like, stuff going on in WoW, and I kind of just, like, stopped. I stopped consuming content. Now I don't know anything that's ever happening. That's not a really good place to be either. Especially as a WoW content creator. Ignorance is not a really great place for me to be. Okay, let's put this thing on. I'm in combat. Okay. Wonder if I will get out of combat for a second. Apparently not. Apparently we're going right back into combat. Yeah, somebody mentioned yesterday they saw a video that hinted at undead paladins and dwarf shaman. We talked about it for a little bit. They didn't seem like they thought it was going to be a real thing, but maybe that's just like natural pessimism. If they started doing stuff like that, that's exactly this kind of stuff that I'm talking about. Like, that's the kind of stuff they should add, that's the kind of changes they should make. Yeah, undead paladins, dwarf shaman, like, please, can I please play a shaman? Because I'm probably not going to play horde side right now, but I would love to level up a shaman. So yeah, like, that'd be great. And then that opens the door for doing other things. What I would really like to see, and I don't think it's a very, like, far stretch of the imagination, I would really like them to bring the monk class and the death knight class into classic, and I would like them into SOD. I should be specific. I want them to bring them into SOD and redesign them, obviously. Redesign the monk and the death knight a bit and make them match the other classes in SOD. And I don't feel like that'd be hard with the way most classes play in SOD, having many more buttons to push, many more abilities to think about. I think you could easily design a monk and a death knight that work well with the other classes. They'd probably start overpowered because, like, every class being introduced to the game always starts overpowered. But I think that would be a great thing to see. Like, not only more class race combinations, that's a good start, but I want to see some different classes. Some different takes on classes that are familiar. Dude, give us a classic monk, classic death knight, classic demon hunter. They have dropped a lot of hints that they were doing it. The undead paladins and stuff. I hope so. It would be a really good indicator of things to come if they started feeling like they could do stuff like that. Because that's a step towards Classic Plus. Having undead paladins and having dwarf shaman, that is Classic Plus content. Like solid Classic Plus content. And I don't think they should stop there. I think they should open up more class race combinations. There was that Tauren Rogue, the Tauren Rogue in Thunderbluff. He was like a time traveler or something, but he was obviously some kind of rogue. I think human hunters, like letting humans be hunter, would be good, obviously. Just more race class combination choices. Is the game music loud? The game music seems okay. Parts of it get loud. Guys, let me know if the music in here is too loud. I know parts of it peak up a little bit. I can turn it down some. Turn it down a little bit. Oh, there goes my camera again. Boop. Yeah, I would assume they would, like, yeah, they would still start in their starting zones. Just be a new class you can pick, and you'd have a new trainer. They'd have to put some NPCs in for training. Looks like we're pulling the boss. These gloves drop every single time. These must be like the only gear that he drops. They're very good cloth gloves. If I actually loot all these guys, I might get my troll temper. $15. Yeah, we got close. Let's check these ones. There we go. That's 20 out of 20. Yeah, I think with the quest turn-ins we might get the level. I don't have the Hydra quest. Gazrilla, whatever it's called. But I don't think we have a mallet. I am a frog. I'm a frog, I'm a frog, I'm a frog. I'm a frog, okay. I'd rather get turned into a frog when I'm DPSing. It's so stressful when you're the tank and you keep getting turned into a frog over and over again. You keep losing aggro. Even though you know there's nothing you can do about it, it just feels really bad. I hate tanking this place. Anything where you lose aggro or you get disarmed. Like, getting disarmed is also, like, the worst. Especially when you're a warrior. When you're a paladin, it's not so bad. But on a warrior, you get disarmed and there's, like, literally nothing you can do. You can stand there and punch the enemy in the face as you lose all of your aggro. Well, that's not true. I guess you can spam taunt until the enemy becomes taunt immune. You can do that. I have to invest in some of those weapon chains. The weapon chain item stops you from being disarmed. And I've never had one. But I need to invest. For the paladin especially, because I think the paladin's going to be a tank. Lael, good afternoon, man. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for being here. You arrived just in time for the pyramid sequence. Will the tank be brave and pull everything? I hope not, because sometimes you can bug it out that way. But yeah, he's far down there. This seems okay. As long as we don't run all the way out there and pull everything, then we should be fine. But yeah, you can definitely bug out the event. If you wipe, you can't redo the event. Yeah, you know, I think you're right. I think it keeps running while you're dead, and then what happens is these NPCs get killed. And once those NPCs get killed, you can't continue the dungeon because one of them opens up the gates. So yeah, if you wipe here and the NPCs get killed, you're done. Definitely, like, just absolutely not the place where you want to wipe. Right, this must be, yeah, here we go. Second wave time. It's kind of expecting more than that. Black IT, none of the things you said are possible, unfortunately. Maximum level 70, not possible. Fighting Horde and Alliance, not possible. As far as how to get the game, you need Battle.net. Just download Battle.net. Here we go. Ooh, I don't need this, but ooh, a polearm. It looks cool, but I definitely don't need it. But it looks cool. We won it anyway. I don't even know if did I train polearms? Yeah, I must have trained polearms. I trained them at some point. It has more DPS? Yeah. Maybe because it's faster? Like, are we good with a fast weapon? Because we can try it. Just, you know, it would be good to get the polearms leveled up. I don't have proficiency. I never train polearms. We'll keep it. We gotta get the Stormwind to train polearms. We got the Divine-O-Matic Rod, which is a quest item. We'll try it out. We'll definitely get it skilled up at some point and play with it. It's cool. I like the aesthetic. And it probably would be good to have the weapon skill maxed out, you know, since it's at 0 right now. Probably be a great idea for the future in case we come across a polearm that is really, really good. Very nice. Oh, we got buddies. Embrace of the Lycan. Strength, agility, stamina. Attack power 32. I think I'm gonna take this. I know I said I was gonna stop ninjaing loot, but I didn't mean it. Let's equip that. Let's equip that. There we go. It's a lot of attack power. It's a huge amount of attack power. You know, it's stamina, it's agility. We drop all the spirit. You know, we lose some armor, but that doesn't matter. It's good. Hey, we got a pole arm, we got a helmet, we got a neck piece. We actually made out pretty well in this run, despite the fact that we enraged the first tank. Just completely drove him off the deep end. I'm glad we stuck it out. I didn't think we had a mallet. But maybe somebody here does have the mallet. Maybe the new tank we brought in had a mallet. I don't know. Have I ever thought about maybe getting a job? Yeah, I thought about it. I had a job once. Usually when I think about it, I just dismiss the idea right away. Just dismiss it right out of hand. I don't think I've ever seen somebody clear this way. Is there anything cool back here? A couple of rare mobs could spawn here. Okay. That's neat. I don't know why I misclicked my frost trap. That was fun. Not the trap I was looking for. Yeah, I'm wondering about this goblin escort as well. I've never escorted this goblin. I didn't realize that he hung out in here after he unlocked the door. I kind of thought he opened the door and then he just kind of vanished, and obviously that's not what's happening. But he's up there getting walloped on. I really, like, I don't want to lose him, but I don't really know that there's a lot I can do necessarily. You know, I can do one of these, and then I could do one of these. Like, but yeah, otherwise we're gonna lose this guy. But maybe he's just going in a big circle, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know what he's doing. The rest of the group does not seem as concerned about him. Stamina, spirit, agility. I want these agility. Yeah, I want the agility. I kind of want this bow for the spirit and the intellect, but I won't take it. But I definitely want these. I think even the boots are better for me because I can drop the strength and I can get agility. So I think I'm going to wear the boots. So yeah, we're getting a lot of gear out of here. Sort of surprisingly to me. What level is the paladin? 51, 52? In the low 50s. It's been a couple days since I played. I got some recorded still that I have to put out. I have like 5 or 6 videos backlogged to publish this week. Soon TM. But we are kind of catching up. We're in the same ballpark. But not quite there yet. Why no pet? I'm doing a no pet build. I don't really like pet classes, and so this is my opportunity to play a melee hunter that does not have a pet, and I am having a really fun time. I meant to put a video out this morning and then I just forgot to schedule it. So I had 5, I had enough for the rest of the week to have one go up every day, and then I forgot to schedule it, so I should have one going up tomorrow morning prior to the stream. Is this weekday stream a one-time thing? Not really. I'm probably going to stream a bit more in the coming weeks because I'm playing a lot of SOD. And I want to get into raids and stuff. And when it starts to get towards summertime and we start to approach like summer break, my days are easier. My kid's school year is kind of wrapping up, and my wife's work isn't as intense right now, and there's no trips on the horizon anytime soon for her work, so probably see some more streams during this time of the year into the summer. It's like the next big thing, besides finishing up the Paladin playthrough, which is gonna be capped like relatively soon. I don't really have a lot that I'm looking to record until Mist of Pandaria comes out. And then I know I'm going to want to spend a chunk of time just doing the Panda starting areas, doing a immersive playthrough of their starting areas, reading all the quests. Obviously, I'll want to do a recorded immersive reading all the quests in the Pandaria expansions, but until then, I don't really have like a lot of recording stuff that I'm like hot to finish. Are we done? Yeah, we're done here. We're done here. I've just been following these guys around needlessly. So yeah, the point of all that is we're probably going to stream more in the spring and summer here. If you guys don't mind, you know. If you don't mind. Yeah, Mist was a turning point. Cataclysm was probably the biggest turning point. The only thing that I'm looking forward to about Mist of Pandaria is that I didn't play endgame at all in Mist of Pandaria. Mist of Pandaria was the first expansion where I quit without doing a lot of endgame stuff. And I just got burned out. It wasn't even that I didn't like the content. Me and my friend power leveled pandas. He was a tank and I was a healer. And we just ground dungeons all day, non-stop. And then we got our guys to max and we started grinding more dungeons, and I was healing them all, and I think I just got like really hard burned out. And then I quit. I quit right at the start of the expansion. Very similar to how I quit War Within, because of just severe burnout. I quit pretty soon into the expansion, and I didn't come back to the game until Warlords of Draenor was coming out. So for me, I'll get to see probably a lot of Mist of Pandaria that I just didn't get to see the first time around. Am I super excited for it? No, not like really excited. You know, but there are some things I'm excited for. I'm excited to do the quest and read all the quests. The music in Pandaria is amazing. The environments and the new zones are top-notch. So we'll see. We'll have some fun with it. You had tank. You tanked and had tank burnout. Yeah, I just got burned out. I remember specifically the day that I quit. There was some kind of like holiday boss we were farming for trinkets. I don't remember the name of the boss or what it was, but we were just, our guild was, we were just grouped up all day. We were just farming and farming and farming. And like the content was kind of hard. It had just come out. We had just hit level cap. We had shitty gear. And we were trying to do like heroics, we were trying to do this holiday event, and it was really tough going. We were having wipes and stuff, and it was at the end of a long leveling process, and I just got burned out. I had to step away from the game for a bit. And I was not like as mature then. I'm not mature now, but I know the signs of burnout a little better now. But, you know, I still get burned out on stuff without realizing. I did that to myself with retail with the pre-patch event. We did like a bunch of characters in the pre-patch event, and by the time the War Within expansion actually came out, I was already burned out. And I didn't even really know it. So, it's something I have to watch. Where did I get the idea to play a Melee Hunter? Because in Season of Discovery, Melee Hunter is a viable spec. Melee Hunter is at the top of the DPS charts right now for SOD. And that's where I got the idea. You know, because it's a really cool idea, but other versions of the game, you can't do it in Classic. Like, normally Classic, you can't really play a Melee Hunter. Not like we're playing it. But in Season of Discovery, you can. It's an actual build, it's supported by runes, and supported by talent changes. So yeah. I know I can climb this. There we go. Alright, we completed a couple of quests we can turn in. Alpha T, good afternoon, buddy. Welcome to the stream. The Melee Hunter's pretty good in retail, too. It's okay. I think you still have to use a pet on the Melee Hunter in retail. Am I wrong? Is there a way to be a Melee Hunter in retail and not use your pet? We'll grab the super sticky quest, even though we're probably not going to do it anytime soon. Just grab it to have it. I have no idea what Season of Discovery is. Yeah, it's a different game type. It's a version of Classic that is very different than traditional Classic. Lots of class changes, lots of new abilities, and stuff like that. Agility Stam sounds really good. Yeah, let's take Agility Stam in a ring, shall we? Lots of good loot from this one. So we also want to equip our bracers here. We also want to equip our boots. The ring can go over either of these. Let's put it here, and then we have to go ahead and put our abilities back on. We got Raptor Fury on the wrist part. We need boots. Meditation on the ring. What am I missing? Helmets and boots. Feet, we're doing Wyvern Strike. There we go. We are all set. Now, let's turn the other one in. What do we want to do after this? I suppose we can just go back to Feralus. What are these guys doing? This seems interesting. Does Season of Discovery reset? No. The weird thing about Season of Discovery is, like, it was never envisioned or designed to have resets. It's hard to do, like, seasonal resets in an MMORPG. And no, right now Season of Discovery is a permanent game type that, regardless of whether they add a bunch of content in the future or not, they're going to keep supporting it, and they're going to keep adding stuff over time, it seems. No resets or character wipes on the radar. We do have a quest to turn in over at Steam Weedleport. Let's go ahead and turn that one in really fast, that way we don't forget about it. Searing Gorge? Maybe Searing Gorge at level 48. I can find Searing Gorge. Burning Steps. Badlands. It's like hiding here somewhere. Just don't know where it is. Searing Gorge. 45, 48, 50, 48, 49. Okay. Yes, Searing Gorge definitely soon. Definitely. I think we gotta knock out a couple of the low-level quests in Fairless first. That'll probably get us like level 49, maybe even level 50. We have Hinterlands stuff. I'd like to do stuff in Hinterlands. I picked up the quest from Root Theron Village, the Wildkin Feathers. So I definitely want to make our way out to Hinterlands. And maybe we'll do Fairless, Hinterlands, and then we'll think about getting over into, since we'll be in Eastern Kingdoms then, we'll think about getting into the Searing Gorge. And then by level 50, we also have the Blasted Lands quest to do. We have a bunch of kill quest, grindy quest in the Blasted Lands. We have a pretty easy like leveling path laid out for us. We have lots of stuff to do in lots of different places. Would I recommend Season of Discovery for someone to look to get back into WoW? Yes. Yeah. Unless you're coming off a retail, like then you should just go back to retail. But if you're a classic player or you're someone who's been away from the game for a long time, yeah, I would say come back. You can check out Sod. The biggest thing is like all these new abilities, you can get these all right at level 1. There's a vendor that sells them for 1 copper right in your starting area. And it could seem overwhelming, right? Like, oh, I got all this stuff, I don't know what any of it does. They slot into gear. So all you have to do is like when you get a piece of gear with a slot, you just read your ability, pick the one that sounds cool, pick the one that works for your playstyle, and slot it. Like, don't worry too much about being optimal. Just go through and say, well, for how I want to play, which of these is the best? They're all pretty straightforward. And as long as you're willing to just go buy all the runes right away and just like take your time reading some of them, it's a great place to be. Like, that's my only caveat, is that like for someone who's unfamiliar with the classes, it's just going to take you a minute to read through your various runes. Justin, good afternoon, buddy. Welcome to the stream. All right, that's everything turned in. We probably have talent points. We, in fact, have 2 talent points that we're just holding on to. Let's put those into lethal shots. That's going to increase our melee crits as well as our range crit. I know it's called lethal shots, but they did change it so that the crit is affecting our melee. And then after that, I really don't know where we're going after that. It feels like we have to take Improved Hunter's Mark just to get down into the deeper tiers. We don't want aim shot. We don't really want any of this. We want mortal shots. Increase your ranged weapon and melee critical ability strike damage. So we gotta get down to mortal shots, but like between us and mortal shots is a lot of stuff we don't need. That's the only bad thing about this this setup. I'm gonna have to go into concussive shot or hunter's mark, I think, to get us down to mortal shots. I'm never gonna really benefit from either of those. But yeah, not much we can do. Yeah, you do. You level faster. Yeah. You can almost take, like, whereas in normal classic you have to do a lot of zone hopping and like do zones of the same level bracket. In Season of Discovery, you can kind of take just a linear pathway. You don't have to do, especially early on, you don't have to do nearly as much zone hopping. You just get to take quests, those lead into other zones, you take those quests, that leads into another zone. It's a very linear, very nice and fluid questing experience. Alright, let's check on some things before we take off. We probably have some junk we can vendor. Probably need to get a repair in because we did die once. Sell the old ring. We're keeping the polearm because we're going to train polearms and try them out. We're going to sell the old gear down here. We're going to keep the one-hander just in case we get the other one-hander, we can combine them. And other than that, I think that's good. That looks pretty clean. It's still definitely, it's not similar to retail at all. No, no, no. It's so far, like, it would take you, questing the way I'm questing, it's going to take me like 50 or 60 hours to cap a character out. And the mobs hit hard, you have to think about combat, you can't just pull a million things and kill them all instantly. It's not even close to retail. It's definitely a classic feel. Instead of having a 300-hour leveling journey, you're going to have like a 50 or 60-hour leveling journey depending on how you do it.
What can I do for you?
And it feels really good. Okay, let's head out. I guess, yeah, let's go back to Feather Moon. I'm gonna go AFK in flight. I need to refill my coffee and bio and get a quick snack, so I will be right back. Alright, we are back. Thank you guys for hanging out. Kind of miss me doing Mythic Plus on the Shadow Priest. I miss the Shadow Priest too, and Mythic Plus. When I feel like I can do that content and just do Mythic Plus and just do Delves, when I feel like the game is at a point when I don't have to worry about all the open world content that I don't enjoy, I will definitely go back and do Mythics. But, you know, usually that happens around like Season 3. Usually by Season 3 they've crammed in enough catch-up, and those old currencies you used to have to do the world events for, you don't need them anymore and stuff like that, so... Yep, I'd love to be able to do some Mythics every week and do some Delves every week. Not every day, but to have days when I get on and do that stuff, because I definitely get the urge to push those buttons, and like the Shadow Priest was an amazing class. Ton of fun. Yeah, the parts of retail that I love. It's just that those parts are not the entire game. It's basically just like Mythic Plus and Delves. When I can just do that, I will. I have zero interest in the rest of it. And the good news is I never have to level characters in retail again, because I have like basically everything at level 70. Like ready to step into leveling through the expansion content, so, you know, those characters are still there. We'll be back to them someday, I hope. I mean, could be wrong. Let's grab the Yeti quest as well.
How are you? Safe travels.
But then I think we were heading south to investigate some Naga ruins, or maybe we haven't even picked up that quest yet. You know, I think we were in the midst of picking up all the quests. Then we kind of jetted out of here and headed off to do the dungeon content.
I am listening.
What brings you?
Yeah, Ashes of Creation might be good if it ever comes out. Then again, it's one of those games that's been in development for over a decade. And it's one of those games that's had massive changes in its development. But yeah, I hope we get to see it, and I hope it's good when it does come out.
Can I assist you?
I will always try a new MMO. I just don't have any expectations anymore that any of them will be good. But I'll always try a new one. I hope it's not another Star Citizen. Yeah, it's like vaporware, basically. How much money can we get out of our supporters while producing nothing really playable at all? How long can we do it? That's what it seems like sometimes. But that's okay, I'll keep waiting. If the game comes out and it's decent, I'll play it. And if it never comes out, then I lose nothing, because I am not a backer. And I have invested nothing in it. Here we go. Right where we want to be, fighting green mobs. Fighting green mobs feels really good. Fighting yellow mobs, well, we get the crap beat out of us a lot of the time. But this feels great. I like this. We need to make it so that we're fighting green mobs for most of the rest of the playthrough. That's how I want the leveling track to be. You're hyped for Guild Wars 3? Is there gonna be a Guild Wars 3? Is saying you're hyped for Guild Wars 3, is that like Guild Wars speak for like when people say, oh, I'm hyped for WoW 2? Is that like the same thing? Or is there actually gonna be like a Guild Wars 3? They're working on it. Yes, Mitash says, I didn't realize there was gonna be a Guild Wars 3. Yeah, I don't do most people know about this? I haven't heard it, but I'm not a big Guild Wars person. But I haven't heard anything about a Guild Wars 3. That's true. Unlike WoW, there is actually a Guild Wars 2, so they have a precedent for actually doing sequels, so I could believe it. Sure. Ryan, good afternoon, buddy. Welcome to the stream. It's pretty much confirmed, but not officially announced. Sure. Yeah, I get it. They probably want to have a lot to show off before they officially announce anything. That's cool. I love that they're willing to make a sequel, because if they're going to do a sequel like a Guild Wars 3, that gives me a future opportunity to get into Guild Wars. It's impossible to get into these games after they've been out for like a decade, because so much changes and so much has been added and so much content that used to be real content has been trivialized, that as a new player coming into these MMOs that have been out for over a decade, it just feels bad. Everything about the leveling experiences just feels bad. It's not fun, it's not challenging, like... You're grinding for this idea that there's an end game you'll enjoy, but you don't really know if there is. So I would love for them to put out a Guild Wars 3, because then I can get in on the ground floor. I can experience the game in its intended original state, and actually become a player, hopefully. You know, I guess I should go clicky the thingy. We're not here to kill Naga, as fun as that is. We're here to clicky a thing, and then move on with our lives. Guild Wars 2 had no endgame gear progression, just cosmetic gear. That's really interesting. Yeah, I definitely, like, for endgame stuff, I need to be motivated by better gear. Like, better gear to do the next chunk of hard content is definitely my endgame motivator. I like cosmetics, but I like getting cosmetics as I'm getting actual gear, and like having the cosmetics of the actual gear be part of my repertoire. When are we getting a RuneScape playthrough? Probably never, to be honest. I've looked at RuneScape. I think RuneScape is one of those games where, like, to enjoy old school RuneScape, you have to have played original RuneScape. You have to be a RuneScape fan. Just from, like, what I've seen. It also seems like a game that requires, like, some kind of intelligence to play. You have to, like, be aware of how things work and have kind of, like, an open or analytical mind. I'm not a very smart gamer. So I feel like a lot of RuneScape would probably be pretty opaque to me.
Ishnu Allah. Be careful.
How may I help? Goodbye.
Drew, good afternoon, buddy. Welcome to the stream. It is, in fact, Monday. Yep, you didn't get caught in a time loop or anything. It is a Monday stream. Okay, now we have to go fight Naga. I just don't have a very good brain when it comes to learning new games. That's part of the problem when you've spent so long basically being a mono gamer, is that muscle inside your brain that lets you learn new mechanics, new systems, that muscle gets really weak. And my muscle has grown very weak. I've been trying to strengthen that muscle by, like, playing other games. So I've been playing Metaphor Refantagio. I'm like 40 hours into that, having a great time. My wife has been playing Monster Train. We've been really enjoying Monster Train, and we played Slay the Spire before that. So I've been, like, daily, I've been exercising my gamer brain. I finally got back to a point with Metaphor where, like, I started to get comfortable with the systems. It's the first game I played that isn't WoW, where I felt comfortable with the systems, where I felt like I had an okay grasp of what I was doing. But it's taken like 40 hours of playing the game to get to that point. So one day I might be a real gamer again. And then I'll be more willing to try out different stuff on the channel. Because then I'll try out different stuff and I won't fail miserably at it. I still have PTSD from when I tried to play Baldur's Gate 3. and like every single aspect of the Baldur's Gate 3 battle system just like went right over my head. I never figured out what I was supposed to do to succeed. Every time I tried something in Baldur's Gate 3 that I thought was going to be successful, it backfired horribly. And I just couldn't learn. I was just very bad at learning what the heck was going on. So when I feel like my brain is like a little bit better, a little bit more elastic, I'll probably be more willing to go back to things like Baldur's Gate 3 and try new games. Because I won't have to spend time feeling like completely incompetent. Oh man, these guys disarm. That's okay. I guess we can lay a trap down when they disarm us, but besides that, there's not really a lot we can do. We could disengage. You know what? If they disarm me, I should probably disengage. And then they have to at least run up to me if they want to keep hitting me. And I don't think we've used disengaged at all. Like maybe a single time have I clicked the button. Just have to make sure that I don't disengage into other enemies. That would be embarrassing. Do I have any plans to try the Sod Warrior? I probably eventually. I'd like to try a bunch of the classes. I think I'm going to end up maining this character. This character is going to go into raids. But in the meantime, we're going to level up other stuff. I think next on the list, I'm going to do a Druid on the streams. I think I have Druid on the list, Priest is on the list. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be leveling other stuff. And we basically have Spring and Summer. We have until Pandaria comes out before I think I'm going to be really interested in doing anything else. I can't really think of anything else on the radar that's coming up or that I'm going to be super interested to spend a bunch of time in, so we should have plenty of time to raid, we should have plenty of time to level up other characters between now and probably July. I guess if I had to say, like, when would they do the Mist of Pandaria pre-patch? They'll probably do the pre-patch the first or second week of July. And when they do the pre-patch, they'll probably put pandas in. So then I'll want to check out the panda starting zone and check out the monk class. So far, I've enjoyed all the classes. And from what I remember, like, I played a little bit of a priest back in Phase 1, and it was fun. We did a priest, we did a warrior in Phase 1. I really didn't like the warrior. So the warrior, I will, like, with the ability to get all of the runes right away, I think all of the classes are going to feel very different, even the ones that I played before. Because keep in mind, like, we weren't getting all the runes right away the last time I played a warrior, the last time I played a priest. And I only got those characters to, like, level 25. That was, like, Phase 1. So we'll definitely revisit the warrior at some point. Now, especially if we can get this character to 60, and we can get them some gear, and we can eventually get them into some pug raids, then I will be even more compelled to level more characters. If I can experience this idea that there is actual endgame content that I can do, that's going to motivate me to play this character more, and it will motivate me to want to level other classes. So I'm really eager just to get to that point. I want to get this character to 60, do what we have to do to get any like introductory gear we need, and then I want to start doing the level 60 stuff, like doing the level 65 mans, and getting geared up for raids. We had a little lag spike. I don't know if you guys are still with me or not. And by little lag spike, I mean we had a significant... Looks like we're still alive, but I definitely lost y'all there. I definitely lost y'all there for a minute. Looks like we're back in though. That was scary. For a minute, I thought my internet had gone out. Like, oh my god. The first stream I do on a weekday in a long time and my internet goes out, that's a great sign. So I'm glad that my internet didn't go out. I think it was a me issue. I got disconnected from WoW as well. So like, I got DC'd from WoW. I wasn't putting out any kilobits per second into the stream. So I think it was my internet having an issue in this case. In this case, I think I have to take responsibility for my internet, which is typically great. Something happened. But at least it resolved itself without me having to power cycle anything. Could have been worse. We need one more item, and it just doesn't want to drop for us. There we go. Okay, let's go turn this one in. This should lead to a follow-up to go into a cave and kill a named guy. And I think we'll just go ahead and do that one too. I know we picked up a bunch of clams. Yep. Let's go ahead and pop all those.
Vishnu, Yariam, Dear Laris.
Yeah, the cave would be a bad place to disconnect. The cave is going to be fun. Luckily, I think everybody in the cave is still going to be a green mob. So we should be able just to plow through there. I think when I did this on the Paladin, it was a little bit higher level for me. Can I get out of this trap? No, disengage doesn't do it. Oh, you know what? Disengage does not do what I think it does. I thought this was the ability that shot me backwards. It doesn't shoot you backwards in Classic. It just reduces threat. Yeah. It's not the cool disengage that we all know and love. Yeah, we're going after Shishomaru. Which is the only way I can pronounce his name. It's not his name at all, but it is what I call him. Lord Shishomaru. I probably watched more Inuyasha than I want to admit when I was much younger. John, good afternoon. Welcome to the Monday stream. Thanks for being here. Yeah, we'll be streaming more during the week. In the weeks ahead, at least. It might not be like a forever thing, but for the weeks ahead, I'm probably going to stream more. I've been having a lot of fun streaming SOD. I've been having a lot of fun playing SOD in general, but I really want to get this character to 60, and this is the character we've been streaming, so... more weekday streams are incoming. I need to eat and drink. You know, I got level 45 food, I did not get level 45 water. So somebody explain that one to me. Why would I do that? Tim, good afternoon and welcome. Thanks for stopping by. RPG and Chill, welcome to the stream, buddy. I appreciate you checking it out. At least I have less mana than HP. True, true. That's a good point. Yeah, the level 35 water is still working for us, so... this is going to be like some tough pulls. I anticipate lots of unexpected adds. But hey, when we're critting them like that, it's okay. It's when we stop critting that we have to be worried. Oh, and respawns, I guess. Respawns are definitely a problem. Yeah, they're not aggroing from far off. That's because of, like, the level difference, you know? If we were at level with them, this would be a bad situation. We wouldn't get away with this if they weren't green. I came in here on my pally when they were yellow for me, and it was a slightly different feeling. I thought for sure we'd at least aggro the named guy. He's level 47, but he didn't aggro. I am not going to complain about it. That was not bad. Not bad. We took some damage, though. Let's heal up. Karen, have a good rest of your evening. We'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging out. Alright, let's head back to town. We'll turn this one in, and then I think we'll cross over to the mainland. I'm gonna hold off on these level 48 quests. I think I want to go after the Yeti, and I want to go after the Ogres. This one's level 44. Most of these guys should be green to us. So we're gonna go after these next. We also have to come down here and get the missing courier. So maybe we'll swim kind of in that direction. I do want to get this earlier rather than later. I think I skipped this chain on my paladin, so I mean, technically it's already kind of a lower level quest. But we'll try to remember to get down there and grab it. What level are we? We are level 48. About to be level 49 probably pretty soon. Speaking of turtles, you know, we can go grind in Tannerus on those turtles anytime now. They are prime grinding mobs right about now. Mitosh, have a good rest of your day. Thanks for hanging out with us. We will see you next time.
Greetings. Farewell. Dear Leatrix.
What brings you here? Goddess, watch over you.
Alright, unless the boat is here right now, we're gonna... Oh, the boat is here. What do we do? Do we try to get on the boat, or do we make the swim? I know I'm gonna run out to the end of this dock, and the boat's gonna pull away. I just know it. Oh, we got dismounted in here. Okay. Not great. Yeah, there it goes. Son of a biscuit. Never bother trying to get on the boat here. There's no reason to get on the boat. The boat is a lie. Unless you happen to just get on it as it pulls away. Like, we couldn't get there in time. I always end up just having to make the swim. They should just do a little flight point, I think. I think this is one of those situations when... Let's just put a flight point right here that can fly us over. And then instead of having to do like a 4-minute swim or wait for a 7-minute boat... We can just take 35 seconds and we can simply fly back and forth. That would be like some nice quality of life. That would make Feathermoon Stronghold like a better feeling place to quest out of. Because it always feels arduous making your way between Feathermoon and the mainland, whereas on the Horde side, you don't have to deal with a bunch of water. So it just feels like it'd be nice to have a quick little flight point. In Kata, they redid the entire zone. So, like, Feathermoon Stronghold in Kata is not even out on an island anymore. It's almost like they crunched this back in. It's like they crunched the landmass back in, and Feathermoon Stronghold is now on the coast. It's not on the island. So they went one step further and they just redesigned the map. Didn't even bother adding a flight point. With a name like Feathermoon Stronghold, they should have a bird fly over. That's a good point, yeah. I didn't even think about that. That is a very good point. It's Feathermoon Stronghold. It's not Finn and Flipper Stronghold, you know? It's not Scales or Us. It's Feathermoon. Should be a flight point, not a boat. I'm really tempted just to do these now. Should we try to do these now and just see how they feel?
Interesting.
Maybe we just see how they feel. If we're getting our butts kicked and we're like every battle we have to eat and drink, then we'll come back to it. But if we do this now, then it gives me a reason to run down the coast, and if I have a reason to run down the coast, I can go pick up this level 43 quest that I might otherwise simply forget about. So yeah, let's see how this goes. This might be okay. Let's see how we feel about the giant. Yeah, I can live with this. When I did this on the Paladin, it was much harder. I can deal with this. Let's do it now. I mean, they are a little bit tough. See how they do hit hard. When you go from fighting green enemies to fighting yellow enemies in SOD, you can really feel it. There is a big difference in how combat feels. There is a big difference in your downtime. If you are playing SOD and you're like, oh man, this is too easy, and you want the game to feel more like Classic, go fight a mob a couple levels above you. And then you'll be taken back to a weaker time. So to enable things like gift memberships, you're supposed to be able to click on the 3 little dots in the top right corner of the stream. Some people have found that with there's been mixed success. But it's not in the account settings. It's something that you do while you're actually in a stream. I myself have not been able to visualize it. Yeah, when I click on my 3 dots, I have different stuff. And yeah, that's the other thing, depending on what device you're on, it's probably going to be in a different spot. That's true as well, like if you're on a mobile device, it's probably going to be completely different. You'd think they'd want to put that option like somewhere super easy to get to. There you go. That's probably really important. Make sure your YouTube account is not a brand account first. Older accounts are automatically brand accounts, so those need to be transferred to a Google account first. So if you've had your YouTube account for a very long time, maybe something to be aware of. There we go. Click the join button below the video and then select the 3 dots on that window, so it's not the top right. Click the join button below the video, and then select the 3 dots in that window. Thank you guys for trying to help out. I really appreciate it. Yeah, for something so basic and integral, it's not as easy to find as you would hope. Well, there we go. That's a good time to level up. We are now level 49. That should give us a little bit more power. Maybe we'll see that while we're fighting these guys. Make things a little bit easier for us. A little bit more HP, a little bit more mana. My talent point, I already forgot about it. Let's see. We are going into crit. Thank you for the reminder. It's not even that I forgot about it, I just didn't think about it at all. There was one day where I had reset my talents, and we played for like an hour without me having spent any talent points. They were all just sitting waiting to be spent. And I couldn't really feel a big difference. I don't remember like what level we were. We must have been in the level 30s. But yeah, we just hadn't spent any. I had done a respec and forgot. The hunter's been a real joy. Just a joy to learn the class, a joy to play. It's been really great. You got to level 40 before you realized you had talent points originally? I can see that happening. I can definitely see that happening. One day somebody asks you, you know, hey, how have you spent your talent points? And you're like, talent points? What are those? Mike, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. I've actually gotten really far away from the real coastline. I started following a little river inlet without really realizing it. That's why we haven't been seeing any giants. Let's get back over to where we can get some more giants, because we still need a bunch of the miniaturization residue. We need one more elemental core. Let's start heading back this way. I guess we are hoping for respawns. Guess that's where we're at. I was going to say, I was shocked this guy had not aggroed us. He must have just respawned. He got a couple of hits in while he was still an elite, and that hurt a lot. Let me go ahead and pop a potion there for that. Yeah, that was incredibly painful. Incredibly painful. Lael, it was 90 there yesterday. Now you have a freeze warning? Oh my god. That sounds about right for planet Earth. Planet Earth is doing great. I swear they're sometimes slapping me with like one elite powered slap. Maybe I need to use that item from a little bit further away to avoid getting slapped at an elite level. Tim, thank you so much, man, for the 10 gifted memberships. That is a ton of support and very generous of you. And welcome to the 10 new folks. Thank you guys very much for hanging out with us as we play Season of Discovery. I don't need water elementals anymore. I just need giants, and also I didn't pick up the courier crate from down here, so now we gotta run down here and grab that. And be on the lookout for more giants. Let's stand way back here. There we go, now he can't hit us. See how they stay elite for a minute. They stay elite almost like it seems until I hit them, and then the elite marker goes away. Yeah, it's probably just a little buggy. They're still hitting pretty hard. Maybe they just hit hard. Maybe it's not that they're hitting me with their full elite power. Maybe they just hit hard. We need a couple more. Let's come right down here. I'm gonna just prioritize grabbing this crate, because I know if I don't do it, I'm gonna forget it. Sometimes they don't. So that's like the big difference in combat on this character, is like sometimes we get really lucky, and not only will we get crits, but we'll also proc a lot of dodges thanks to aspect of the monkey. So sometimes we get into a fight and it's like we get 800 crits and we dodge a couple times and it's like bam, look how easy that was. Other times we get into fights, this happens especially with at-level mobs, and we don't crit them at all, and then we don't dodge at all. And then they crit us once or twice, and then all of a sudden it feels like a completely different fight. It really is like, it's all up to the RNG, kind of. We could crit lots and dodge lots, or neither of those things happens, and then we get our butts kicked. Which, yeah, that's kind of good. That's how it should be. It's how it should be, because sometimes we can obliterate enemies. Just completely delete them. Of course we got dazed. Why wouldn't we get dazed? The crab people. Oh, you know I hate the crab people. Ooh, those crab people. I don't even rightly know what they're called. But they are grotesque. Yeah. I don't like them. They're the only mob in the game that like unsettles me. Some people have arachnophobia. I'm much more worried about underwater spiders with armor than I'm concerned about like fickle land spiders with puny exoskeletons. Yep, it's the crabs you have to worry about, not the spiders.
Hey,
Alright. Okay, we don't need that.
Be good. Have a good one.
And we probably don't need that either. We're not going to do the repeatables. Oh, he's a merchant. Oh, that's really cool. I guess I didn't really realize he was a merchant. We can definitely vendor some stuff. Let's pop our clams open.
Yo.
Not that we have a lot to vendor. That will do it.
Have a good one.
All right. Guys, I have had a great time today. Thank you guys very much for hanging out. But I want to go to my kids' swim practice. So I am going to go do that. I'm going to bid you all farewell for today, but I will be back tomorrow. So I will be back tomorrow, probably around the same time slice. We're looking at like noon to 3. So yeah, very good. Thank you guys again. Have a great rest of your afternoon or evening time. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we will see you back in Azeroth again very soon. Bye for now.